Hello, it's Jen, and we're here for full moon in Capricorn, take two. This is on July 21st. This is Sunday. So we had a full moon in Capricorn June 21st, the summer solstice, and that was very pivotal. And it also, with the second full moon in Capricorn, we're kind of flipping back. So it has been where when the sun sign phase moves, so think of like your birthday, right? And well, when's your birthday? Oh, you're this, you're that, right? So that's the sun moving through the different signs. And now it's starting with the new moon, which to me makes sense. You start a new cycle with a new moon, and then it concludes with the full moon, and then you go into a different sun sign. But the sun and the moon are different. They're very related, they're very connected, but they have their own cycles. So it's kind of more than kind of very interesting to follow the information. And the information is vast, and I just try to distill it to make it practical for you. But I see astrology as a divination tool, like a map. And I try not to get too deep into it because it's just like indicators, like, oh, that's what's up. Okay, makes sense. I can work with that. Or, that's really what I want to use it for. Sometimes I go deep into it. And if I find it necessary, I will. But it's just another heads up that this is the second time around. Full moon in Capricorn this year. So the message that I'm getting is get to work. The Capricorn is the workhorse, right? It's the father, it's the earth sign. And we are on an ascension path. We are individually on our own spiritual paths, but collectively, we're vibrating upwards. We're on more ascended timelines. And there's a huge shakeup with all of that. Things that we're noticing. I shared that in my last email blast. If you're not on my email, you can go onto my website and just sign up for the email. I like to put in really interesting, pertinent information that is there for your growth and development in all ways, physically, spiritually, mentally, emotionally, all of it. I do focus on spiritual because it's the most subtle and the most challenging to describe or explain. And there's reasons for that. So I just do a little deeper when I work with people, when I teach my yoga classes, when I offer Reiki healings, that we are really connecting on a spiritual level, which goes beyond, because all of this other stuff eventually goes away. So connecting to our spirituality is connecting to that which does not change. It is beyond change. It never dies. And we all have our own way of getting there. And the ways that I have found, studied, practiced, cultivated, work for many people. I'm not going to say everybody because it's not supposed to. I'm not supposed to be for everybody. Anyway, we're on our spiritual path collectively. So we need to get to work because more is being called of us because of like the chaos of all the change that's happening. And people are feeling it individually. Like I shared, I'm witnessing it in families. There's more division. There's more finger pointing and blame. There's a lot of, this is coming up a lot for me. It's like this unconscious guilt that we all kind of carry until we choose not to carry it anymore. And that's part of the finger blaming, because we don't want to acknowledge it in ourselves. So we're all reflections of each other, right? If I trigger you about something, that means you have something to look at within yourself about whatever that is that I'm triggering you with. And that's my path too. When I get triggered, and I've been triggered a lot the past few weeks, I'll say, and looking at it within myself, because that's the only work that we have to do is within ourselves, right? And we have no control over anyone else. We can't wait for someone else to change for us to be happy. It is all within ourselves. And when we change within ourselves, it is going to have an effect outside of ourselves, right? It's just gonna happen. So you don't have to make anything happen. You don't have to force it to happen. Focus on yourself. And every shift that you make, it's going to have an effect outside of you, in your relationships, in your environment. So if you want more ease and grace, and not be struggling so much, when we struggle, it just basically means we're out of alignment with spirit. And we just have to look at ourselves again, like, okay, pop the hood up. Let's go underneath. Let's see what's going on here. But yeah, so many things. So Capricorn, get to work. And the sun in Cancer is the mom that's nurturing us through it. And we're paying attention, we're noticing things, right? So think of like a mom who has eyes in the back of their head. It's kind of like that. So just observing, just being witness, and we don't have to react so quickly. Just take a few breaths just to calm your own nervous system, bring yourself back into balance, right? So we'll do that together here. I like to place a hand on the heart and a hand on the belly, and just take a deep breath. As you do, expand your belly and your ribs, and maybe a little lift into the chest. And then slow exhale, release down through the chest, draw in the ribs and then the belly. You might think it's confusing when I say ribs, and it's not actually the ribs, but it's the upper part of the rectus abdominis. Right? It's one muscle, two parts, so the low belly and right by the rib cage, the upper part of the rectus abdominis. Sigh it out if you feel like you have a lot more to release. That's what it's about, is releasing, letting go of what's blocking us, what's holding back, and having courage to move forward. Again, Cancer and Capricorn are cardinal signs, so it is about moving forward, and we need to choose it over and over again. There's times where we just want to put the covers over our head and hide. Cancers are really good at hiding. I know, because that's my sun sign, right? But they have the shell, and they need protection. And we got to get out of our shell a bit. Scary to get out of the shell, get out of our comfort zone, but we've got work to do. And I'm getting a lot of grounding, maybe go outside, maybe do some earthing, walk around barefoot, and just connect yourself back to nature. So you're connecting to the root chakra's energy of belonging and being safe. You are safe. You do belong. Go outside, walk barefoot until you feel that every cell of your body, all right, maybe not every cell, but you're like, okay, I get the idea and I'll stick with this. All right, that's good enough. All right, what else? Yeah, so with all the chaos and stuff, just being the compassionate witness, right? Like, oh, wow, this is a lot. This is heavy. But when you're grounded and feeling um, safe and connected, then it's going to carry you through. Trust that. Trust that. I've had my issues in trusting it, and now I'm at a point where I feel like I have no other choice but to trust it, because it's just moving too quickly and the past is not here anymore. What we thought was our safety rails, it's gone. Let it go, like, and not over anticipating or worrying about what's coming, what the future holds. How is this all going to unfold? There's a lot of like, oh man, we got ourselves into something this time, didn't we? How are we going to get out of it? And sometimes it's really not up to us, right? What is up to us? Taking care of ourselves, being loving and kind to each other. That's what's up to ourselves. And just following and trusting divine guidance, say your prayers, connect, meditate, do what your practices where you feel that you're in that space of divine peace and love. And God is love, whatever your ideas about it. And if it's not loving, then it's not God. So I'm just going to leave it there. And I just wish you many blessings. Take care of you. If it gets chaotic outside, just breathe, and not taking it personally. Yeah, that's it. You are safe and you belong. And I wish you many blessings. Namaste.